was everything. Oh, do you remember? It was so long ago, but so much has changed. I wanna go back. Wanna go back to those simple days. I wanna go back. Now we're going separate ways. Times is hard, and things are changing. Praise God that we can remain the same. All I'm trying to say is our love don't have to change. Always don't have to change. Oh, do you remember? Hey. Back at Granny's house on Christmas Day. Help me say, do you remember how we gathered round the single day? Wanna go back? Hey, play a basketball and football games. I wanna go back. Hey, but anyways, hold on. Let me turn this down a little bit. Your girl is in the mood. Times is hard and things are changing. I don't think I want to be here long. I just want to do a quick check-in. And to address something real quick. Times is hard and things are changing. Woo, happy MLK Day. So, I am baffled at the fact that I have stalkers I've never, ever met in person. It's like, how does this happen? And granted, I know my life is a whole movie, yo. It's only a matter of time before I release my autobiography, I release my documentary, I release my feature film on my life story. But I swear, it's just like, what the fuck, yo? What the entire fuck? So I'm on, of course, a dating site, right? And I've met several guys, and I've said, like, you know, a lot of times people ask me, oh, how is a dating site? And I find that question to be so absurd because it's just like, why would you want to begin a conversation? Why would you want to initiate a whole relationship based on something that is completely irrelevant to you? But I get asked that question a lot. And I've come across a number of guys, like, on the dating site where, I don't know, I get it. I'm a unique individual. I know. But it's just like, what is it? Y'all help me understand, because for me, I know exactly what I want. Right? Like, I know the exact type of man that tickles my fancy, that turns me on, that titillates me, that makes me want to submit, right? That taps into my femininity. I know who that man is, right? So if I come across a guy, right, which I said I've come across numerous guys on a dating app, and I realize like he is not my type, I'm moving on. But apparently, there are guys that I have come across, right, where we have exchanged energy on this dating app that now have become stalkers, and they're probably watching this. And it's funny because, like I've said this before, I've made a video on this when I was living back in LA, that like sometimes we become remiss, and we're not really paying attention. We're not really aware for those who are social media influencers, so to speak. Sometimes you don't really know the influence that you have until like you venture out and you go out into the world and you realize like you have a greater impact than what you imagine. Now, of course, I know my impact, right? I know that I'm very influential, but it's just like sometimes it doesn't really quite hit until you're out in public. And that happened to me. First, I think it's when I moved was I living in Spanish Harlem? And I'm walking down the street, I'm perusing, just doing my usual routine daily walks throughout the neighborhood. And I'm approached by this random person. I don't know who this guy is. And this is the thing, because I get it. I create content, right? I make these videos, right? And I usually record my videos live on Facebook, as I'm doing now. I download them, then I upload them to YouTube, right? So with YouTube, I have a much broader reach. So initially it happened, like I said, I think I was living in Spanish Harlem, right? This is when I first touched back down in New York in 2020 at the break of the pandemic, before I moved to Upper East Side where I live now. And I'm walking through the neighborhood, and this guy just randomly approached me. He was just like, yeah, and the energy that he came with was just like, he was kind of like combative. And I'm just like, excuse me? He was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, who are you? He coming at me like I know who he is. This is the thing. It's just like when people make videos, y'all know who I am. But y'all may come to me, I don't know who the hell you are. You watching me, right? And then last, you are interactive on my videos. You comment. We exchange vibes. I don't know who the hell y'all are. That's why I be encouraging y'all. Listen, comment, share. Let me know who you are, because I don't know who y'all are. So y'all may know who I am. Y'all watch me. Y'all come up to me and approach me in person. And I'm telling this guy, I don't know who you are. And this was I want to say it was 2020. And this guy, he's kind of a short guy, black man. And this was around Harlem area. He comes up to me. He was just like, yeah, he came with this kind of energy, combative, confrontational. And I'm just like, excuse me? He was like, oh yeah, I watch your videos. I follow you on YouTube and I watch your videos. And I like your content, but I don't like how you take a lot of time to get into the video. And he was trying to make a joke. He was like, yeah, you be digging in your nose. He was just metaphorically speaking, right? I was like, okay. But this is the thing. I feel like people think that they know you based on some information that you share. And granted, of course, I make a lot of videos by comparison, but just because I make a substantial number of videos don't mean that y'all know me. You do not know a person till you know a person, right? And so he's like, he walked up on me like he knew your girl, right? And I'm just like, and for him to, I feel like this is our first in-person encounter. Now, clearly he's a person that watches my videos. This is his first encounter with me, and he's being confrontational. I'm just like, yo, first of all, you don't walk up on a person like that you don't know. Now, I get it. A lot of y'all see my physical facade, my soft skin, whatever, right? My attractive physique, and you just like, okay. But you don't know a person too. Don't walk up on me like that, right? And that's how I felt in that time. Who the fuck is you? who the fuck is you? Like, I am who I am. You don't tell me what the fuck. But I was like, all right. And I was trying to be nice, you know. So, of course, I was nice. And I was like, okay, thank you for watching me or whatever. Right, trying to be nice. I'm just like, this is the reason why, till this day, and granted, I know I have a presence on social media. Apart from just my personal page, Danny's World, right? I own a whole literary organization called Ubawa that I founded back in 2010. What's up, Alvin from Philadelphia? Ashe. So with that, like that literary organization, we held like so far, I think 3 Ubawa book conventions, annual book conventions featuring authors from across the United States, right? And I'm working on the 4th one that's going to be hopefully held here in New York City this year. And so I'm just like, hold the fuck up, hold all the way up, right? So that's that. And then just recently, this person pops back up, right, on my dating profile, sends me a message, and the funny thing about me is like, and I pride myself in this because I am a champion at just letting go. That's me. I can let go. Like, situations can happen, but I like automatically, that's how my brain works. I just let go. I don't hold on to shit, especially if it doesn't serve me, right? So this person, like, I recognize his face, but I'm just like, I don't quite remember the content of our conversation. I just don't, right? Because I don't hold on to shit like that. Unless it's meaningful to me, I just don't hold on. So this person, he says, oh, round 2. So by him saying round 2, he messages me. And this is just like the other day. He's just like, round 2. He goes in this whole blurb. And I can tell just based on the content of what he's saying that he think he knows a little bit about me, but he doesn't quite. You just don't, yo. Like, you don't know a motherfucker till you know a person, right? But he's touching on certain key words, right? Key phrases like Pan-Africanism and BDSM, and of course those are things that I feel very passionate about. So I'm like, okay, I see that he clearly read my profile. He thinks he know, but then okay, I'm like, I'm feeling a little bit suspicious because I feel like he's, you know how like guys feel like they doing too much. You feel like you're doing too much. They coming off a little bit too, like you're doing too much. You're coming off a little bit too strong. So that's how he was, right, in his initial contact with me, I guess, and trying to reconnect. And so I'm just taking it all in. But this is the thing. Because I realize it's just like, yo, people really fucking follow me. People really know me, and I don't know them. And this is the reason why I said, like, I am not in a rush to necessarily become famous. Like, I get it, I'm very talented. I get it, I have a message. I get that I have influence. But it's a level of caution that needs to be taken when it comes to this whole popularity and fame thing. Because I'm like, nigga, I'm not from the hood, motherfucker. I ain't the one. All right, you ain't gonna be like random motherfuckers gonna be walking up on me. And then this person here just the other day, right? It's like he's saying things like in this exchange. He's like, yeah, you know, because I let him know. I was like, yeah, you look familiar. And he was like, yeah, we chatted, and I figured I'd give it another chance, right? Another try. And then, like, he's saying things that kind of trigger this idea as if, okay, he know a little bit about me, more about me than what I've shared. As if, like, he's done his research or he follows me on social media. And, you know, beyond just even New York City, when I was living in LA, I would come across people out in public and they'd be like, they know me. And I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm a small frame social media influencer. I don't feel like I'm major. Like, granted, I have had a number of videos that have gone viral, but y'all see, even here, as I record this live video here on Facebook, it's not like 1,000 people are watching me at this point in time, but I get it. when I post to YouTube, I have a wider reach and more people are able to see my videos. And a lot of y'all watch my shit, and I've said this before, a lot of y'all be watching me, but y'all don't say nothing. Y'all just sit there and watch like voyeurs. You just don't say nothing, right? But I'm just like, okay, clearly this motherfucker know me. I wouldn't be surprised if he know me from social media. So like, I'm asking him like, how do you know these things? Because he's saying like initially in his initial like couple of messages, right, that he sent, he's hitting on certain things like, and I can tell this motherfucker insecure. How do I know? It's a pattern of behavior, things that he said, like, oh, he goes, I'm smarter than most people in your professional circle. And then he mentioned something related to like literary, and I'm just like, okay, I'm thinking he's talking about in terms of me being a psychologist, right? Because I'm a woman of different hats, but he's like relating to the literary aspect, and I'm just like, literary? I don't remember sharing anything about my literary endeavors. I don't do that because I'm very particular. I'm very cautious. I'm very calculated when it comes to what I divulge with people that I'm interacting with on a dating site. For obvious reasons, right? And so he's tapping into certain aspects of my personal life, my personal identity that I know damn well I haven't shared because, like I say, I intentionally withhold those types of information. So for him to know certain things that he's kind of keying in on, like, I'm like, how does he know this? And I asked him, I was like, so it's funny because he kind of like eases his way. He didn't come right out and say it initially, but he kind of eases his way into sharing certain information about what he knows about me. All right. And then it comes out right mid-conversation. He's like, oh, congratulations on your psychologist profile online. I'm just like, wait. How do you know? Right? Now, in certain conversations on a dating site, I have shared that I am a psychologist, right? And this is just us just kind of exchanging information about our occupations, right? They may share, okay, their occupation. I'll share my occupation, right? But I don't go any further than that. Like, I don't tell people where I work, right? Most of y'all know I live in Upper East Side Manhattan, right? But like for him to go to the extent, and I said to him, I said, for you to go to the extent of even saying, because he's like, oh yeah, I know that. He was like, from my research, because of my experience in the field that I work in, because he claims he works in mental health, serving the homeless population under, I think he said, a contract for the mayor's office of New York City. He's like, he has experience doing fraud investigations, which to me that sound kind of fishy, right? To my fraud investigation, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Hold the entire fuck up, right? So within him saying that, he's like, oh yeah, I know you live between this street and that street, and I can tell just from your videos, your vlogs that you make, what your exposed brick, that you live in a walk-up apartment. Like, he's just going all of this. I'm just like, hold up. Like, part of me is feeling like, hold the fuck up. Because y'all, I'm an adventurous person. I don't back down. I don't bow down. And not too many things excite me or make me fearful or scared. That's just not me. If anything, I get excited about it. I get excited about a man that is assertive, that goes after what he wants. This is the reason why I continue to have this conversation with him, because I'm just like, okay. He's very direct. He's not backing down, right? That shit kind of turns me on and gets my wheels turning. It's just like, okay, he's not fearful. He's not scared. Because a lot of men, believe it or not, are intimidated by a girl. I be running circles around these niggas for real. And they be intimidated. I'm not saying it to my own horn, but I'm just speaking truth. But he's kind of going toe to toe. He ain't backing down. I'm just like, okay. Right? But then this is what's the deal breaker. This is what the shit that really turned me all the way off. And I realized, okay, I blocked his ass before on the same dating site. And I realized from that, I guess his ass and took the little bit of information that he got, probably my first name. I don't get my last name on those dating sites. Probably my first name, the fact that I'm a psychologist. He probably did a little bit of Google search and like, okay, and then found my little social media, right? And from there, I've been watching my fucking videos. I'm not completely alarmed because, like I said, this is not the first encounter. This is not the first situation. Even in LA, I've come across guys and they, like, I'll be on a dating app when I was living out in LA, just like I am now. And I'll have guys message me on a dating app, and they didn't see, they know me. I don't know these motherfuckers, but they didn't, when I say know me, not that they met me in person, but they didn't subscribe to my whole YouTube channel, watching my shit. So I'm asking this guy here, I'm just like, yo, how do you know? He was like, oh, well, you're a content creator. I'm a content consumer. And I'm just like, hold the fuck up, my nigga. Hold the fuck up. Like, first of all, what did I say that keyed you in to who the fuck I am so you were able to link up with my social media? What was it? And he said, oh, your name. You told me your name. I know it's only my first name. I don't be giving my whole fucking name. Right? But he was like, I don't know if you know this, but I was not that many black women of your caliber who are psychologists, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, I get it, right? So, of course, he used that information and was able to find my goddamn social media. But I say this to say, because I'm just like, because I told him, I was like, okay, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. And I said this to another motherfucker, yo. This is not the first. Aside from the other guy that I told you about that I was in exchange with a couple years ago when I first moved back to New York. And this was the guy that I met on the street. It was another guy several weeks ago messaged me on a dating app. And I said to him, I said, you look familiar. Now that we met in person, but we had exchanged some words, some vibes on the dating app. And I remember blocking his ass before, right? And so he's like, oh, I don't remember us talking. I was like, oh, I remember faces. I may not remember names, or conversations, or the content of conversation, but I remember fucking faces. And I remember blocking him. I said, I remember we talked before, and he was just like, yeah. He was like, I work. He told me what he did. I said, what is your occupation again? He was like, yeah, I work fixing doors. I was like, yeah, I remember this motherfucker. He said that shit before. Tell me, oh, he worked in buildings across the Upper East Side, fixing motherfuckers' door locks and shit on people's doors, and like a locksmith. And I'm just like, and then he goes and say, oh yeah, I saw you. You was doing the video. I saw you. And this is like as I was doing the fucking video. Oh, I just saw you walking down Fifth Avenue. And it was Fifth or Park Avenue, one or two. I'm just like, what the entire motherfucking fuck, right? Because he was right. I had just finished the video, so I'm just like, this motherfucker, yo, I got motherfucking stalkers. Now, I know, like, for some people, right, they may be alarmed. For me, I feel like a smaller part of me is just like, hold the fuck up, right? But a bigger part of me is just like, bitch, come with it. Bitch, you run your ass up on this motherfucker. You gonna find the fuck out. Okay, hold on. It's like, bitch, you gonna learn today. Bitch, you gotta come with it, coming up over this motherfucker. You definitely definitely gotta come with it, running your black ass up on over here. Right? And so it's just like this other guy who resurfaced a couple weeks ago that time about he fixed doors and shit like that. It's just like he like I told him, it's kinda creepy. It's a little bit motherfucking creepy, yo. What the fuck? Because I'm just like, hell nah. And I told his ass that shit. I'm just like, nah. I ended up blocking his ass again because I'm like, I see why I block your motherfucking ass. Because, and this is the thing about creeps. It's just like, I don't know if they know that the shit that they say and the shit that they do is just not socially acceptable. It's not within social norms. Right? It's just not some shit you say and not some shit you, like, what is you doing? I'm just like, nah, I gotta cut this conversation off, right? And so fast forward just a couple of days ago with this motherfucker that I ended up blocking, I think it was yesterday. I'm just like, he's sitting here talking about, giving me details of my life. I don't know this motherfucker, but saying that he didn't see my videos and, I'm a psychologist and he know about my recent profile posted for me being a psychologist online. I'm just... Right? Now, granted, the dude that I'm just talking about, basically, to me, obviously physically attractive, because if you're not attracted to me, we're not going to even be engaged in conversation. So, of course, I have to be physically attracted to your ass, right? But beyond that, I got turned off because I can tell he's insecure. Right? Like the first thing he was saying was like, oh yeah, I hang around. Like I've been exposed to other people who have PhDs and I was just like, I don't know if people who try to like put on this facade like this person here, where he's saying like, yeah, I'm in those kinds of circles. Listen, people who are really like myself, you really are in those, you don't have to say it. It's not something you talk about, right? PhDs, MDs, JDs, whatever kind of D you have, don't talk about shit like that. That's just not something that we do. Oh, I hang around with other PhDs, all right? Right? That's coming from a person who feels insecure because, number one, your ass ain't a PhD, right? You're not of that social status, of that social caliber, so you feel the need to go overstep yourself. It's unnecessary, right? And then he was like, yeah, I don't have many degrees. So he himself said, yeah, right, like he's not on my caliber, right? Like, oh, I'm not as intelligent. This is shit that gets me, right? This is shit that gets me, because I said to him, I said, you know what, intelligence is measured in more than other ways besides the number of degrees a person holds. It's only one way you can measure intelligence, but come on, right? But it's just like the fact that you even have to go there shows your level of insecurity. This motherfucker probably watching this shit and I don't care. But it's just like, it goes to show the level of insecurity, right? And then the conversation develops and he's talking about I think we started talking about like compatibility, right? And he was just like, of all places, I find, a beautiful woman like you, here, right? And he kind of like speaks on the dating app in a kind of diminutive way, right? Like putting it down. And I say, what's wrong with meeting a person on a dating app? It's just a dating app, right? And then he goes on this whole tirade about the women that he's come across. And he's just like, yeah, these women, they bad body. And this is the words that he used. It's just like built like a bowling ball, built like a sack of laundry with legs. I can laugh at it now, but in the moment, I'm just like, how pathetic of you. Like, how disrespectful. And it revealed to me, like, hell no, this is not no kind of man that I would lay down with. And like, this is the thing. I feel like a lot of, I get it. This is the reason why I feel like a lot of men end up on dating sites. Women end up on dating sites. I feel like some women, anyway, end up on dating sites for different reasons that men end up on dating sites. From my observation, I see that a lot of men end up on dating sites because they lack social skills. For women, I don't think it's about, they lack social skills. I think it's just, for me, it's convenience. It's very convenient to meet people offline because I ain't got to go nowhere. And I do go places, obviously, throughout New York City, but it's convenient. But for men, I feel like, and you think about, if y'all want to go with this whole ratio to say that it was a significant number of women to men, specifically black men, you want to go with this whole disproportionate ratio of women to black men. If that's the case, y'all should have no problem pulling a woman in person, live person, right? So the men that are on these dating sites, this is just my observation, they lack fucking basic level communication skills. And I be finding myself trying to teach they ass like, if I gotta teach you how to communicate, I gotta teach you the basic mechanics of communication, you ain't it, bruh. You are not it. It's just a turn off to me. And so he's like, yeah, the women, they just built bad, but then they expect a woman to have all the sixes, to make six figures, to be 6 foot tall, to have 6 inches, to have a 6-pack. And I'm just like, I find that to be very offensive and very disrespectful. Granted, I don't meet that description of the women that you describe, right, based on the body type that you describe, but I just find that to be very offensive. And not beyond that, like, I feel that you're speaking from a place of insecurity because you're just stroking your ego. And I called his ass out on that shit earlier. I was like, yo, you said all of that to say that whole shit that he said before about, this is my social, my social circle. I hang around. I've dated PhDs. This is me not even asking him. This is unsolicited information he's sharing with me. I didn't even, I don't know where you saying this, right? And I'm just like, where is this coming from? I get it. It's coming from a place of low self-esteem, which makes him less attractive. Now, granted, clearly, obviously, on the surface, initially, I was attracted to his ass physically because, according to his profile, he's 6'3", 4, whatever, 6'3", right? And he just got this face of a alpha man, a dominant man, a man that know how to take control, right? That shit kind of turned me on, just a straight fucking stern looking face. He says he lives in Manhattan, no kids, right? Passing the basic shit that I screen dudes out for, right? But then, like, as you get to know a person, as the conversation progresses, it's just like, what? Why are you even providing this information? Why are you even sharing this information? I did not ask this of you, right? And for him to share his perspective, anytime a man speaks derogatorily regarding women, that's a turnoff to me. First of all, why is this? Granted, of course, any man, you are entitled to your own opinions and perspective relating to women based on your own personal experiences, right? Your own perception. You are entitled to that. But take it from me, right? And I feel like I said before, if I have to put a man up on game and give a man this advice, you are already out of the run. You are not my type. I'm just sharing and I'm putting y'all ass up on game. But listen, when you are considering a woman, right, as a prospective date, she don't really know you don't really know her. It's inappropriate. It's just like any self-respecting woman. Maybe, I don't know, maybe low-grade women, maybe women who have low self-esteem, maybe low-quality women. But women such as myself, no. It's not the time to be sitting up here talking about your bad experiences with women, your negative perceptions of women. Like, no. Because I feel like this should go without saying, right? But then it's just like people don't know, right? So here I am to educate. I have no problem educating motherfuckers. This shit just gets under my skin though, because I feel like, damn, y'all niggas don't know this shit. But we live in a different day and age. I know that if this was back in the fucking 80s, I was born in the 80s, by the way, but this was back in the 80s, 70s. Like, you ain't got to tell those kind of men this basic level information because they are like, come on, if you really, this is only if you're seriously trying to pick up a woman. If you really like women, and I made a post today. I said, shout out to the men. I say, nothing more attractive than a man who uplifts, respects, and loves and appreciates and know how to take care of a woman. That's just so attractive because it's rare. Believe it or not, like a lot of these men have been socialized, have been conditioned, brainwashed, effeminized, just watered down as men to the point where they do not know how to relate to a woman, but you just do not say certain things. You don't come off rip talking about, oh, your past experiences with women. I honestly don't care. You're starting off on the wrong foot. I am not that woman. And even if I am, because I said this before to a lot of guys, you know, they want to sit up here and talk bad about their baby moms, their ex-girlfriends, and I would be the first to tell a guy, listen, if you had gripes against your baby mom, you think she was bad, I am no different. That's a whole nother conversation, but it's just like, my thing is, either you love a woman, either you like women, or your ass don't. And the language, the tone, the energy that a lot of these men be bringing to the dating scene, it just speaks beta male, gay, down low. Like those, you don't like women for whatever reason. Listen, that's you. To each his own. I don't judge a person for what they like, what they dislike. But if you come over in my sphere, just know I'm gonna call your ass out on that shit. I've said this to other men before. It's just like, what's wrong? Listen, this man, a different guy, I thought that we had built a connection to a certain extent where it got to the point where we could exchange contact information. And he's like, here's my number, call me. No, sweetie. What the fuck you think this is? I say, no, I'm attracted to alpha men, period. Okay? Dominant men. You know, alpha man gonna sit up here and be giving a woman his number thinking she gonna about to chase his ass. I told his ass that shit. And he just like trying to fucking gaslight me. Oh, I don't know what the hell kind of men you dealt with. You know, I don't know what's going on. No, it ain't got shit to do with that. It boils down to preference, baby. I don't like those kind of men. I like the old-fashioned traditional man. Ask for a woman's number. Take initiative to pick up the phone. All that, I'm going to wait 3 days to call her. All that bullshit. If you like a woman, listen, you like a woman. You pursue her. That's just, listen. It should require no explanation, right? And so this motherfucker saying all this shit about his experience relating to women and how women set standards, and I let his ass know, like, a woman has a right to set standards and has a preference for what she likes. He's mad because the woman he's come across has a preference for 6 foot or 6 figures or what have you, 6 inches, 6 pack. And he's saying these things to me as if we're going to continue the conversation further. Like, he cannot, in his fucking right mind, like, these dudes cannot be in their right mind. There's ain't no way in your right mind as a man you think that we're going to continue the conversation after you sit up here and putting a woman down for simply having standards and a preference. He's like, oh shit, a woman built like this, but got all these stands. Like, it's like, so fucking what? A woman is entitled to have her own fucking preference. What does that have to do with you? And beyond that, what does that have to do with us? This is a whole new conversation. I'm a whole different, like, a new woman here, right? So how is that relevant to the present day, in this present moment conversation? But I get it. I understand. It's just like, you the one that got baggage. You the one that sit up here and come across all these different exchanges with different women. And now you sit up here and vent. You want to sit up here and use me to vent your motherfucking frustrations. And I'm just like, I am not the soundboard for your fucking frustrations with your bad experiences with women. That's not what's going to happen. I will not enter. And this is just game for y'all. I only come to this platform to share this as a teaching tool. Because men be so aloof. Some men, not all. Some of y'all got game. But some of y'all be so aloof to the point where y'all be wondering, like, why am I not getting anywhere? And it's just like, this is the reason why. Listen, no woman is going to be responsive to you coming to her griping about this and that and this and that. Like, what the fuck? Like I said, that you like women, you love women, you find women attractive, right? You worship women, you adore women, or you don't. What is a complaint about? And if you don't measure up, you don't meet those standards, then that should be motivation for you to improve upon yourself. I don't understand. Where is the problem? Me, yes, I make over 6 figures. Now, I'm not to say that, I'm not going to say like, yeah, I specifically want a man that makes 6 figures, but hell, it would be nice for a man to be well off and financially stable. But I wouldn't necessarily explicitly state that, right? It's other ways to ascertain, to measure where a man falls. But there's nothing wrong with a woman having standards. And I've noticed this trend lately. It's like, and it started with that fucking fake ass male life coach who passed away. And y'all saw my video I made about his ass when he passed away. I'm just like, that shit needed to happen because I felt like he was just such a toxic influence in Black culture. A lot of people like held on to his words as if he was God speaking. Right? And a lot of men have adapted his philosophy, his way of thinking. Is just like, that shit is so toxic. And you wonder why there's this divide between Black men and Black women. We're not getting anywhere. If you get back to the old-fashioned way of how we used to do shit, Black men, you love yourself, number one. And out of that self-love, you express that, you share that with the Black woman. And vice versa. But what I'm finding is a lot of Black men not where they want to be within themselves. I get it, right? With respect to their standing in society. And so you come being unhappy as a Black man and then you come across a black woman, she's doing well for herself. Now you feel a certain kind of way. That is very problematic. And me as a black woman gonna call your ass out on that shit. And so I titled this video Stalking Ass Negroes because I'm noticing this whole pattern where a lot of black men somehow come across my social media. They find me on social media. They think they know who I am in real life, right? They may come in a proximity or vicinity, right, of where I live in real life. But I'll let you know right this today. You better be careful because I'm not the motherfucking one. And I will be quick to hand your ass over to the authorities or the people that you need to be handed over to. Just be mindful of that. This ain't what you want over here. This ain't what you want. This ain't it, baby. But these incense smell so freaking good, y'all. But yeah, I just find like, and it doesn't have to be that way. I just watched this interview that Dr. Umar Johnson did recently on this platform, and he was talking about, you know, black men, women relationships, right, and the plight that we are under, right, that we experience as black men and black women, how we relate to each other. I feel like a lot of y'all be negatively influenced by influencers, right, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and even Dr. Umar Johnson. His ass is not fucking immune to this socialization, this influence, and these trends are going around. And you're taking advice from people that aren't qualified, that are not in a position to give dating or marital advice. And it's coming from a very toxic place, yo. It just is. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I just, like I said, I find that very interesting, very peculiar, though. And of course, yes, I blocked his ass. You know, his ass is blocked quick. And we initially reached out to me for the second round, as he says, just a couple of days ago. He's just like, I'm like, I wonder why, because I always ask guys that come back around, and I always come back around on these dating sites after we've already exchanged. You know, we had an exchange, and I'm just like, I think I remember, you know, talking with you. It did not materialize into anything, so it's not going to, right? This is coming from a woman who knows exactly what it is that she wants. Like I say, what tickles my fancy, what titillates me, right? I know what it is that works. And that's a good thing, because from that, I can easily just be like, nope. X. All right, I can easily be just like, you know, and I will block. And the reason why I block, because they continue trying to reach out, continue messaging me. And they keep going like they don't get it. Like, I don't understand. If a woman is not responding to your messages, let it go, bruh. Go to the next one. Like, y'all claim y'all got 20 women to one man, so why the fuck is you so fixated on one woman that clearly is not interested in you? That's the question that I leave you all with, right? And I know the motherfuckers is watching. That's what I leave you. Like, why is you so fixated on me? I get it. I may trigger you. I challenge dudes, right? But I can tell you this with complete certainty, without a shadow of a doubt, baby. Unless we're compatible, unless I want you, this ain't what you want. You will make a fool of yourself. But I understand, because some men, they're just driven. It's just a man's nature. And they're just driven to try to be the hunters, to try to pursue, try to go after things that they deem to be difficult to attain, right? And I may come off as that way at times. But if I'm not interested, I'm not interested. It's just like, I'll end this video by saying I reflect back on my last serious long-term relationship with my partner. I met in 2014, Jamaican guy from New York, from Brooklyn. We lived together. We cohabitated, right? The entire length of our dating relationship for 3 years, we cohabitated here in New York. Then I ended up moving to LA. Moved to LA with me. We were living together. He was the head of household. He paid the bills, right? He was a manly man. I give him that. That's the only kind of man I date anyway. That's the only kind of man that will have my heart and that will have my interests. But when that relationship had reached its course, and I said to him, this is when we was living out in Hollywood, California, and like I said, he was paying the bills because I could have it no other way. Both of our name was on the lease, and it got to the point where I'm just like, this relationship really has run its course. You have to go. I don't know where you're gonna go, but you gotta go. You have to pack your bags and go. And it's just like, it took him a while for it to sink in. And it's just like, I had to say it repeatedly. Like, you got to go. Again, like I say, both of our name was on the lease and he was paying all the bills. Like, I have no other way. But you got to go. And then once it finally sunk in, he got it. But it was still difficult for him to get it because it's like we had developed a soul tie. We were supposed to get married. I was supposed to have his babies. Like, we just thought that we were going to be husband and wife. He definitely had a major impact on my life. I ain't even going to sit up here and undermine that. But when it's time, it's time. And it was just like when the time had come, it was difficult for his ass to part ways. And he did leave. He moved like not even a mile down the street from where we lived and got a different apartment of his own, but he would still pop up on some stalker shit. Still watching my videos on some stalker shit. Still commenting on my videos. Like, this motherfucker would pop up at my shit because I was still living in that same apartment that we shared, popping up at my shit. And I'm just like, go and live your life. This is done. It's done. And it's just like, for me, because I'm a Pan-Africanist, because I have an unending love for the Black race, especially the Black man, I am loyal. I'm committed. But at the same time, I love myself too, right? And so some things unfolded where some things had to unfold, right, at the end of that relationship for like it to really sink in, like, okay, okay, right? And it's just like, I really don't like to put that kind of spell on people, men especially, but it happens where men are beholden to a spell. It's really a spell, and it's just like, how can you not be free and be independent and think for yourself and see the bigger picture? It's like they feel like they have to, when they come attached and they latch on. And again, I bring it back to my initial question. How the fuck a person, you never met me in person. Why are you stalking me? Okay, you can be a fan. You can like my content. That's fine. But to the extent of like you doing research, and trying to figure out where I live and trying and following me online and following my professional psychologist profile, like, is you doing too much? I don't think you want to go there. This is a thing. This is like, I get it because sometimes people be so caught up in this, people be so caught up like in the world of social media. They forget, like, this is real life here. And beyond being the physical reality, like, this is a spiritual reality. And you got to be careful, like, what people you ignite, you careful what kind of spirits you conjure up. Just, you got to be careful. Unless unless you're equipped. Now, if you're equipped to deal with it. But I say be careful because a lot of y'all motherfuckers, you ain't equipped. And you don't got the spiritual rank that I have. And I don't say this to my own horn, but you're not there. So, unless you are there, though, which is rare. I don't think I came across somebody, a man, for that matter, who is there. You're not going to win. And I say this, reflecting on that last serious long-term relationship. I say to this day, I don't know what the fuck happened to his ass. For all I know, his ass is dead, and his spirit came and visit me when I was sleeping. And I'm just like, I jumped up because I seen this figure hovering over my window. I've said this before. I'm just like, what the fuck? Only thing I could reduce it to was his ass coming to pay me a visit. Granted, he did say to me in the earlier stages of our relationship that he don't think he's gonna live long. And I was like, why would you say that? I was like in my early 30s, like 31, 32. And I was like 3 years older than him. He was like, I don't think I'm not gonna live that. I'm like, why would you say that? Like, what happened? Motherfucker probably killed himself, got killed, or what? All I know is his ass was left behind, okay? Left all the way the fuck behind. And I'm just saying, like, people need to be careful. Just hold your horses, just chill your ass, relax. Chill your ass out. And my thing is, like, men, like I say, they tout themselves as having this high ratio of women to men, having options. You got so many options, then go for them. Get the fuck off of me. And why you keep, clearly, I don't know if you're creating new profiles on a dating app to try to come after me, like, what the fuck? Right? But beware. And sometimes I ask myself, like, do I want to go there? Because I can play that dance. It's been a while since I really played that dance, but I could dance. I could do that spiritual dance if you want to. I could go to some deep, dark depths with a motherfucker. You wanna go there? Popping up in my sphere? You jumping on my timeline? You really want to go there? I don't know if you really want to go there. But he was cute. Now I think about it, like, he was cute. And I'm just like, damn. He goes to say that women want 6 figures and 6 inches, and it made me think, like, damn, you won't make 6 figures? I doubt it. He said that he's like working under some contract with the city, helping the homeless. He probably ain't making 6 figures doing that shit. Right? Because I asked him, like, what is your profession? He ain't no fucking licensed professional doing nothing. Like, he ain't making 6 figures. And then I'm like, okay, but you over 6 foot, so what is the issue? What? You ain't got 6 inches down there? Made me curious, like, damn. That motherfucker ain't even packing down that motherfucker. It made me curious, like, damn. started to think. Granted, I didn't block his ass because it's just, I'm not getting annoyed. I'm just annoyed. I'm not interested. You annoy me at this point. And I'm not going to allow anybody to continue to keep fucking annoying my ass when I can just simply block your motherfucking ass and poof, be gone, right? But I know they're going to come back. This is the thing. They come back because you feel you got unfinished business. But if that's the case, ask yourself. I know you're probably going to watch. Listen, ask yourself, what the fuck is your unfinished business? And if you got it, then go ahead and finish this shit. Pop up. Listen, going back to the other motherfucker, the locksmith nigga. He want to sit up here and throw hints. As if he know me, or like he know where I'm at, kind of shit like that. Go ahead and do your business. Right? Because you ain't got no motherfucking business. Go ahead and fucking show up. Pop up, motherfucker. Have the decency and respect. I probably would have more respect for the motherfuckers if, like, you claim, like, if you see me in person. The locksmith nigga, the motherfucker talking about he claimed he fixed doors. Oh, I saw you on live walking down 5th Avenue. And I work on 2nd Avenue. Right? If that's the case, I would have more respect. Nigga, if you see my ass, say something. You see something, say something. Why you wait to get online and be like, oh, I see you? It's like another motherfucker. This is a person, an author, who was a part of my literary organization, saw me on the train. This was a couple years ago after I moved back to New York. Then pop up and message me in my inbox. Oh, I saw you, but I didn't know what to say. Like, nigga, you know the things that we could have accomplished if you would actually initiate a conversation and just said something on the train. Now the fact that you're reaching out to me in my inbox on some bitch, nigga, pussy made nigga shit, I am not interested. In fact, I don't even have any respect for you. Respect? Out the fucking window. Have more respect because you took the courage. You built up enough courage to come to me and say something. Even if it's just hi, hello. I follow you online. Just say that. Not like the motherfucker that did when I was perusing through Harlem. His only mistake is that he wanted to sit up here and try to be critical. I told y'all, I don't give a fuck about what y'all think about how I do my videos. Because he's talking about, oh, well, yeah, you spend a lot of time to get into the topic of the video. I don't give a fuck. Who are you? This is the thing. Unless you are you have to mean something to me for me to give a damn about what you have to say to me. People don't get it. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. And you're wasting it's like my so-called supervisor, as they call the title at work, the chief of psychology, got a nerve to sit up here and be like, oh, your notes are too deep. Like, I give a fuck. She's telling me my notes are too detailed. In our meeting, I don't really, like, you have to mean something to me. And in order for you to mean something to me, respect is earned, baby. You are not there yet in my book for me to give a damn about what you say. Another case in point, I'm about to go and end this video, but another case in point, another colleague at work was making a joke because I was eating some fucking wings, right, that I got from this place on 8th Avenue, one of my favorite places on 8th Avenue. And she's like, oh, what's that? And I told her, she was like, oh, I don't think it's good. Like, just saying, like, I feel like this is the thing. People want to connect with me, but don't know how to, right? And then it just irks their nerve because they don't know how to. Like, they want to. I get it. I'm a person that you probably want to just be friends with. I get that a lot. I'm attractive. I'm interesting, right? I have this peculiar kind of energy about me. People want to connect. They don't know how to. That's the problem. They're trying different things that may have worked for other people that they connect, but it don't work for me. Now, I can give out my cheat code. I can give my cheat code out here and there. But the truth of the matter is, I honestly, Listen, don't come for me unless I send for you. I'm not really interested like that because I'm a kind of person, unless you add to my life, which I feel like most motherfuckers don't add shit. You just don't. Like, you have to add something to my life for me even to have an inkling of an interest in wanting to develop a friendship or an acquaintance. Right? And I have to respect you. I have to see something in you that I like, that I admire. I have to trust you above all, right? A lot of motherfuckers just not trustworthy, you know? They don't have what it takes. And so I tell this person at work, I'm like, yeah, sometimes I go to a Wingstop, and she was like, oh, Wingstop, you lost your black card. And then they all making a joke like, oh, she told Dr. Lee she lost her black card. She took Dr. Lee's black. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Say something that I care about. That means nothing to me. Your perspective, your opinion of me does not hold any value. It just does not. And I think that's where sometimes the conflict comes because people very well much think that their perspective and their opinion matters to me, but it just doesn't unless it does. And you have to work your way to that point for me to give a damn about what you say or think about me. Just like y'all motherfuckers sometimes be on here. Oh, you should do your videos this way. You should make your videos shorter. You should just blah, blah, blah. Get straight to, I don't care. It does not matter. What matters to me is that I make my videos first and foremost for the person looking in the fucking mirror, the person looking in the fucking camera. That's what my videos first and foremost for. And then the other stuff is just bonus, right? If y'all watch, cool. People are gonna watch. That's the thing. Y'all gonna watch. But no one can dictate how I do things for my life, for my channel, in my sphere. I maintain control of that. But it would be nice, though. I sometimes think about this, that it would be nice to meet a special guy. And he came close. I ain't gonna listen. You watching this, I give him his credit. He came somewhat close to that point of being able to garner enough interest in me to build that connection. A lot of guys, I feel like another thing that a lot of guys go wrong with, because y'all just don't know how to, like, oh, y'all not old fashioned with it, right? It's like online dating can be kind of weird, can be off putting, but y'all don't know how to make that connection. Once you feel like the conversation going, you see the conversation flowing, that's when you say, okay, hey, I would like your phone number. I'm putting y'all up on game. Clearly, if I'm putting you up on game here, you out the running. I'm not interested. A lot of y'all motherfuckers be trying to hit me in my inbox. I would never talk to none of y'all motherfuckers. No. Because I already gave y'all too much game. You got to come with your own game. It has to be organic. That you're lacking. Right? But I'm just saying this to say because I'm a teacher. I love to teach. I love to share. I love to educate. But once you sense that, okay, boom, the conversation flowing on the dating app, then boom, that's your end. Hey, I would like to take it a step further. What's your phone number, right? This is after, of course, you didn't share enough information about yourself so that she feels comfortable enough to open up, to trust you. Because at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. For a lot of women, you wonder, why is she acting, why is there a barrier up, right? Why is she not really answering my questions? Any question you have regarding the women of why it is, so a lot of times it just boils down to her comfortability with your ass. She don't trust you, and that's fine. It's not just you, any motherfucker. You random. No, she don't got no fucking obligation to trust your motherfucking ass or any goddamn other motherfucker. She don't know you. Right? So then it becomes your job, if you like women. A lot of y'all niggas don't like fucking women. But if you do like women, then it becomes your task to nurture trust in her, right? By being transparent. Now you gotta reveal everything about yourself off bat, right? But to a certain extent, you taking the lead and sharing information about you. You being a bit like you taking the lead into demonstrating a degree of vulnerability, modeling vulnerability, so that what you expect from her, which clearly is vulnerability and her being transparent, her giving you information about herself, you have to model that, sillies. It's I'm making this face because I'm like, I don't understand how are we at this age, this old ass age that we are, and y'all niggas don't know that. That's why I boil it down to y'all lack basic social skills. You don't have it because this is what you need to be. This is just basic fucking social skills. Like, you come off asking 21 questions to a woman that don't know your ass from Adam from Eve. You ain't shared shit about yourself. What you expecting? You take the lead. Man first. Lead, motherfucker. Lead as a man. Lead. That's it. You wonder why you ain't got no woman? Because your ass is not a fucking man. You was a bitch made motherfucking nigga. There's no other way to explain it. When a woman like myself coming to you like this and put it this way, oh, who hurt you? It's not about nobody being hurt. I'm not speaking from a place of hurt. I'm speaking from a place of being annoyed by your motherfucking ass and frustrated because y'all keep coming across y'all beta male ass men who don't know how to fucking, who aren't men. It'd be a different story if y'all were fucking showing up as fucking men, but you're not. And somewhere else I saw this video where to say that men apparently y'all water down because of what y'all eat, what's in the food, the hormones, the estrogen that's pumped in the fucking foods, and y'all eating the shit, which makes y'all more effeminate, more emasculate. You waiting on a woman to take the lead in conversation, take the lead in planning a date, take the lead in exchanging phone numbers, take the lead in every fucking aspect of the interaction. The fuck? You don't know how to be a man. But if you did, then you will easily be able to have the number. You know what to do. Here's my number. Take her number clearly first. You don't say, here's my number. Oh, expect her to call you. What woman does that? What woman is going to call a man? Like, what do you have to offer? Why is a woman calling? No woman is going to take your number from the goddamn dating app and call your motherfucking ass. She may not tell you that. I'll be the first to tell any man that she's not calling you. You get her number. And when you get her number, call. If you can't call, because she may be at work, you may be at work, whatever, text. Let her know. Here, like, show interest so that way she knows you stand out from the 101 other niggas that's trying to motherfucking spit game at her ass. Right? That's if you like women. Right? This is all for men who really like women. Then from there, consistency. Any woman to tell you that. Y'all niggas be inconsistent trying to follow the men's, the fucking MGTOW, the red pill playbook, all this bullshit information that y'all have consumed. Like this motherfucker saying, oh, I'm a consumer, I'm a content consumer. I'm probably watching the wrong bullshit, and that's what's gonna keep your ass single. You don't have no kind of model of a man to look up to. Your ass probably was raised by a single mother. You don't have a representative of a man to look up to know. No, that's not how you do it. You don't know how to pull a woman. Y'all think y'all niggas running shit. You're not. You really want to get technical with it. You really want to be truthful about it. Y'all, men come from women. So I get it. I think for a man's ego to pump up your ego and make yourself feel good, you think that, okay, men are the boss. Men are running shit. Listen, women, we 10 times smarter than y'all motherfuckers, man. I mean, just by nature says this. Nature, listen, y'all, a woman carries a man. Every single human being on this planet Earth came from a woman. You hear me? Enough said right there. You were in the womb of a woman. When I walk the streets, I don't care what neighborhood I'm in. I can go in any neighborhood, I don't care how quote unquote dangerous it is, because you know the lens I'm looking through. When I see, a gang of men or men that's supposed to be perceivably dangerous, like I look at they were once babies. They were once boys. They came from a woman's womb. I birthed them essentially. So therefore, it's just like y'all. Women, this is the thing. This is the reason why a lot of y'all men are single, because y'all don't have reverence for a woman, right? You don't respect your own mother, and you maybe look up to whatever maternal figure that you have, and 9 times out of 10, she probably bust her ass with single mother, slaving on multiple jobs and shit like that. Kissing up to a man, not knowing her self-worth, right? So you think all women supposed to be like that. You think this is a representation for all women. Then you come across a real woman like myself, coming from a complete different background, and the shit ain't going down like that. It's not going down like that, right? So then that's where the friction, that's where the conflict comes in. You just not knowing how to revere a woman. You don't respect women. I can listen. I ain't even gotta meet a man face to face. I can sense that shit through a goddamn computer screen, through a goddamn cell phone screen. I pick it up without even having a audible conversation with the man. It's clear. Oh, this motherfucker, he don't respect women. I've said that to the motherfucker. Just like, you don't listen. You being very diminutive to like, you speaking about women in a very derogatory way. This is just my perspective. I'm just being real. Okay, you can be real, but in me making an evaluative summation of what you're saying clearly indicates that you don't value women. There's no way on God's green earth, or any fucking earth for that matter, that I am going to give you the time of day knowing that deep down inside, there's an aspect of you that has a disdain for fucking women. No, I'm not wasting my time. We are going to bump heads. It's not going to be good for you. I can let it play the hell out, but I already see that. I remember on, around New Year's Eve, I went to this comedy club, and this guy, the comedian, was like, I know, because after learning I'm a psychologist, right? I study human behavior. You just like, I know why you're single. Yeah, because I see shit. I see too much, and my eyes are too fucking open. I see it. And of course, I can dumb myself down. Have the mind of a 21-year-old and be dumbfounded and just let shit play out and get entangled. I can be there. I can take myself there. I choose not to. Because I already see the end before the end happens. I already know how this shit gonna play out. I already know. And it's not gonna be well for your motherfucking ass. I'm gonna be good. Just know that I always come out with the good end of the stick. Most women should anyway. Some women don't, unfortunately. But it ain't gonna play out good for your motherfucking ass. Because it's like, it's a shipwreck A train wreck waiting to happen, essentially. Right? Knowing what's inside of me, knowing what I embody, and me being able to have the foresight to see what's inside of your motherfucking ass. That shit coming together. We have some fucking great sex. Immaculate, immeasurable, fucking sensational sex. But beyond that, I already know how the shit gonna play out. And for me, thankfully, I have reached a space in my life that I like solitude. I like peace. And oftentimes that's where you find peace, in solitude, in isolation. That's just how it plays out. That's how the cookie crumbles, you know? So I definitely don't want to invite something, a scenario, a relationship, a situation that's going to disrupt that, what I've already created and established for myself. And I'm doing very well for myself independently. Of course, the idea and the goal, the ideal is to be able to join forces with someone just as powerful as myself. But a lot of y'all niggas, like I said, going back to the insecurity, right? Feeling insignificant, feeling inadequate. It's all over your face. It's emanating. The energy is just emanating from you, from yourself, right? We ain't even got to meet each other face to face. It's just coming out in every aspect of the communication that you feel inadequate as a man. You do not measure up. Right? Because look at the things that you bring to the table. You're talking about PhD. Like, I didn't bring that. You brought that. You said, oh, I've hung around a lot of PhDs and I'm smart. I'm sure. He goes, I'm sure that I'm smarter than anybody in your circle. And you're not seeing me saying anything of the sorts, because that's not where my mind is at. But clearly, motherfuckers is just inadequate, no measure up. And like, I get it. Like, these motherfuckers, yo. I know. I be saying, I know my mouth. My mom always told me, like, rest in heaven, Mom. But my mom always told me, wow, girl, you one smart cookie, but your mouth is going to get you in a whole heap of trouble, because I say it as it is. And my mom knows. She saw herself in me. That's what it is. My mom, I got a mouth. Y'all ain't met my mama. Okay. I'm a watered down version of her. She came with the force. You tell me, you hear me? Like, she came with it. And her mouth, yo, was just, had your ass, you left speechless. Like, the way she put her words together, like, will break your ass down. And it's not really break you down. It's just really showing you who you are. And if you're already broken down, you're just going to see your broken down self, right? And that's what you left with, and just leave your ass just like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I know that my words can pierce, and I just call things as they are. And I'm very fierce. I'm unafraid. No motherfucker, you're not going to sit up here and say something or do something to make me feel any kind of way. It's just not going to happen. I'm not backing down. Right? So whatever force that's in you that's driving you to do whatever to me or say whatever, it can't compete. I'm going to tell you that, number one. It can't compete with the force that's in me, the force that's behind me, the force that's driving me. You can try, right? Like I said, it's better. You can't beat them, join them. Don't try to compete with me, right? Don't try to, because you're just gonna see you're not gonna win. Back the fuck off, you stalking ass Negroes, okay? Back your ass off. A lot of y'all be sitting just stalking, just like this motherfucker right here. I don't know who you are, but you just sit up here watching like a voyeur. You don't know what to say. right? Some of y'all come across me in real life. You pop up in my inbox. Oh, I saw you so-and-so. I don't care. If you cannot approach me in real life, it doesn't matter. You're going to see me in real life because I'm up and about and I'm out. I'm outside. You can't say something to me in real life respectfully. I don't care. And you can't fade me. This shit don't fade me now. Okay? Helma says, maintain and stay vigilant, queen. Of course. I got this. Listen, I got principalities, spirits, ancestors, all of that. I'm not worried about none of that shit. Just understand that. But I like to come and, like I said, talk about these things because it to me, it excites me, it interests me. And I'm just like, this motherfucker back again. And this motherfucker gonna come back. It's like, remind me, might come back again until, okay, you're no more. Is that what you want? You want to be unalived? I don't know if this motherfucker alive or dead. Right? One time I thought it was dead. Like, damn, this motherfucker, is he fucking in prison? What's going on? Right? Because it gets to that point. Seriously. It gets to that point and it's just like, I think people just find like they feel an urge like, oh, I'm gonna get her. I'm 40 years old. Your ass ain't get me yet. Nobody ain't get my ass yet. And when that day comes, I would love it. Trust and believe. I live for shit like that. I would love it. Life is good though. Like I feel like I'm entering into this space and I just feel it. It's just reverberating all over me, through me, that I'm entering into this space. Transformation of new beginnings. And I do want to go there in terms of romantically with a person, with a man. Like, I definitely want to go there with a man that matches what I possess. Is unafraid, is ambitious, is fierce, is a lion, is, has a love for the people, Pan-African, all of that. And is alpha, so that I can tap more into my femininity, and we join forces. He's bold and he is who he is. He's strong. He doesn't feel intimidated because this is just who I am. This is no act. This is me. In fact, I probably would say this is probably more so watered down. Like I really try to like deliver my true authentic self and it comes through, right, in my videos. But I feel like even sometimes when I watch my videos, I go back and watch them and I reflect. I'm like, damn, it's not even 100% me. Because to really get me, you got to just be with me in person, face to face, and feel my energy. And just see and live life with me. And there are people who have, and they tell you what. And yeah, ain't no mother. Listen, anybody tell you what, she ain't no mother. People who really know me in real life ain't no motherfucking joke. These people, I ain't talking about people who work with me because they think sometimes people that work with you think they know you, bitch. That's the professional me, bitch. You don't know me. I'm talking about people that really been in the trenches with me. And there are people, my family, and some people I was friends with, been in the trenches with me, and they know. That's all I'm gonna say. I gotta go. I'm gonna catch y'all later. This motherfucker like, yo, who the fuck, man? Keep coming back. You little nosy little motherfucker. I'm talking to all y'all motherfuckers. Nino Jones, Tyrone Hawkins, Barbara Brown, Victoria Murphy, all y'all motherfuckers watching, but you're scared. You're scared to say something. Look at you, just looking. You're looking, motherfuckers. A lot of y'all be looking, y'all be trying to read, and I've been told that I'm difficult to read. I'm not really that difficult to read. If you tapped into your natural self, you tapped into nature, bitch, you see me. I think what it is, a lot of y'all just, you speechless because, like I said, this is a whole spiritual rank, bitch, and your spirit don't rank nowhere near mine. So yeah, fall in place. Fall your ass in place. On that note, catch y'all ass in the next one. And stop you stalking ass Negroes. Keep on, you're gonna be playing with fire.